In this video, I'm going to take you through how to get your license back when your license has been suspended due to unpaid fines. Now, if your driver's license is suspended due to unpaid fines, the best case scenario to get your license back is to pay your fines in full, including all court costs, and pay the reinstatement fee. However, if you're not in a financial position to pay your fees in full, you may still be able to get your license back if you enter into a payment plan with the court, and here's how you do it. Now, before we get into details on getting your license back, you should take our Drive Suspend penalty test, which will assess your Drive Suspend risks and penalties. The link is in the description of this video. Let's get started. So first thing you want to do is you want to find out how much you owe and to which courts. And to do this, contact the Ministry of Transportation of Ontario. It's known as MTO, and you can get a list of all your fines and in which courts those fines are due. This is really a very important step because you may have outstanding fines that you did not know about or fines that you've completely forgot. So get a complete list of your fines as your first step. 2, make a judgment call. Can you afford to pay the fines in full? And the reason why is the fastest and surest way to get your driver's license back is to pay your fines in full and pay the reinstatement fee. So once you get your list of fines, make a judgment call. Can you pay your fines in full? If you can borrow some money, whatever it takes, just do it. But if you can't pay your fines in full, then you need to enter into a payment plan with the court to get your driver's license back. And here's how to do that. So 3, you would need to enter into a payment plan with each court. So you need to enter into a payment plan with each court your fines are in. So if your fines are in one court, contact that one court and enter into a payment plan with that one court. But if your fines are in multiple courts, you have to contact each of those courts and enter into a separate payment plan with each of those courts. Yes, this may be a lot of work. I get it, but there is no way to get around it. 4, here's what you need to pay to get approved. The court will need to approve your payment plan before you can get your driver's license back. Now, there really are no hard, fast rules, but generally, if you pay about 15 to 20% of the fine that's owed, the court will generally approve your payment plan. So for example, if you owe $1,000 to a court, if you pay maybe $150 to $200 as a start, the court will likely accept your payment plan. 5, here's what to do if you can't afford that 15 to 20%. So if you can't afford to pay that 15 to 20% as your first payment, pay what you can, and then apply again when you have more money. So for example, if you have a $1,000 fine owed to a court and you only have $75, pay that $75 and keep a receipt of your payment. When you have additional funds, go back to that court, pay those extra funds, and again, apply for a payment plan. Once you hit that threshold, again, 15 to 20% of what's owed, the court will likely approve your payment plan. 6, here's what to pay if you owe fines to multiple courts. It is very common for people to owe fines to multiple courts. And if you need to pay 15 to 20% as a down payment against those fines, it's important to allocate your money pro rata. And here's what that means. So let's take an example. Let's say you owe $3,000 to 3 different courts and you have $300 to pay as a first payment. If your $3,000 total comes from 3 different fines of $1,000 each, then take your $300 and pay $100 to each of the 3 courts. However, if your $3,000 fine comes from 3 courts, but one fine is $1,500 and the other 2 fines are smaller, say $750 each, in this case, you should pay half of your $300 payment. In other words, $150 against the $1,500 fine, and pay $75 each to the courts with the smaller fines. 7, don't miss your payment plan commitment. If the court approves you for a payment plan, it's very important that you don't miss any of the payments that you've committed to make. If you miss a payment, the court will likely suspend your driver's license. And if that's the case, it may be very difficult to enter into another payment plan. 8, even after you get your driver's license back and you've paid all your fines, you still may be suspended. And after you get your driver's license reinstated by the MTO, it's very important to get confirmation in writing that your driver's license is valid. This is important because you may have some other issues suspending your license other than outstanding fines. So make sure you get written confirmation that you're okay to drive before you get behind the wheel, so you can cover yourself off if there are any troubles in the future. As a next step, watch our video, what happens when you go to court for driving on a suspended license charge in Ontario. You can click on the video on your screen. And if you have any questions, message me to arrange a confidential and free meeting.